Welcome to Confessions by Banana Ketchup. Footsteps, ringing doorbell, failing items, creepy house, creepy landlord. Many years ago, my best friend and I rented our first place together. It was completely furnished, including dishes, sheets, etc., which worked for us since we didn't have any furniture, etc. An older lady showed us the home, but she said her son was the owner and he lived a few hours away by the coast. It was a 3-bedroom, but she said one bedroom was used for storage, so it stayed locked. Since we only needed 2 bedrooms, that was fine, but it was still a little unsettling, wondering what was in the locked room. Also, it was like the previous owners had just picked up and left. There were still items in the nightstands, and there was even a stack of Playboy and Penthouse magazines in my closet. The home seemed to be built on a slab, but the kitchen had a small step up, and it was a wooden floor which was prone to creaking when you walked on it. On occasion, I thought I'd heard footsteps walking across it when I was the only one home, but I just dismissed it because I didn't want to freak out myself or my roommate. One night, we had a group of friends over when one of them, Dee, started prompting us to hush. We all got quiet, and you could distinctly hear what sounded like footsteps walking across the kitchen floor. And Dee proclaimed, "It sounds like footsteps walking across your kitchen." And my best friend and I both exclaimed, "You hear it too?" We then realized we had both heard it, but didn't want to mention it to the other one, so that was eye-opening to have it confirmed. The next creepy thing happened one night as I was about to go to bed. My boyfriend at the time worked a second shift job, so he would occasionally drop by on his way home from work. I usually knew when he was coming and I wasn't expecting him, but I clearly heard the doorbell ring. The home was an older home, probably built in the late 40s, and it had one of those old, really loud buzzer-style doorbells. You would definitely not mistake this sound for anything else. Of course, I thought it was him, so I immediately go to the door, but no one was there, and there were no car lights leaving. The street was straight, going in both directions for a ways, so I would have definitely seen a car leaving. There was no question in my mind that the doorbell had rang, so the hair was now standing up on the back of my neck. There is nothing worse than feeling alone in that situation, so I went to wake up my roommate, but no matter what I did, how hard I shook her, or how loud I called her name, she would not wake up. She had never been difficult to wake up, so this freaked me out even more. After trying to wake her for at least 15 minutes, I just had to go back to bed, pull the covers over my head like a child, and try to fall asleep. I later talked to my boyfriend, and he said he had not dropped by, so that was unnerving to say the least. The last experience was definitely the strangest though. In the hallway, there was 3 heavy objects attached to the wall that were like antique farm outdoor equipment. I can't quite remember what the 2 of them were, but they were all really heavy and made of wood. And the one I remember was like a rake, but completely made of wood. Again, they were heavy. One day, I was in the shower and I heard a loud noise, and the next thing I know, my roommate has come in and is beyond freaked out. She tells me I have to hurry out to see what the noise was, so I quickly get out to see that all 3 of these heavy items had all fallen on the floor all at the same time. There was honestly no reasonable explanation for it to have happened. We were in a lease, so we just couldn't move out, but shortly thereafter, the owner decided he was going to put the home on the market. He ended up being a huge pain, although we never met him. He came to the house, and just my roommate was home. Being young and naive, she felt obliged to let him in, although he had clearly been drinking. It left her very uncomfortable, and then he showed up at my work. Soon after, he sued us saying we had ruined the carpet, but we had only lived there for about 6 months, and the carpet was the same as when we moved in. We had to hire a lawyer, and we won the case, but the whole thing was bizarre. I didn't mention yet that there was a small addition on the back of the house that was also on a concrete slab, right off of the step-up kitchen, and made me wonder if he had added it and if there was an ulterior reason why. The whole situation was creepy, including the landlord, and it made me wonder if he or something he had done caused the activity at the house. Thank you, CoolJeweledMoon, the author. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you already haven't, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any new episodes. See you again soon, and until then, please be safe.